Yannick Laurie, I play Rob in Tipping Point. And the thing I hate more than being put on the spot is when actors do that whole, I'm an actor and I really need to find out what my motivation is, blah, blah, blah. The thing is, when I'm put to the test, I do it better than the rest of them.
When we found out we were in the gala final, I guess I just couldn't stop smiling and laughing, actually. I rang Deborah to let her know.
I went, oh my God, we're in the finals. And then nerves definitely kicked in, a bit of an adrenaline buzz. And I did jump around and scream a little bit like a little girl.
It's been really tough because we've got a week now to get it all together, put the rehearsals to really make Tipping Point as good as it can be. I would rather be rehearsing. We've got so little time left, but that's the way. I need to go out and earn a pound. I work in radio. At the moment, I work for 2GB. I'm an actor as well. I tried to kind of do both careers at the same time. Radio was more successful than acting. The show I work on is the Drive Time show with Jason Morrison. We'll be talking about the millions blown on dud arms. It's been pretty tough sometimes to make the time to rehearse, and you know, people here are very, very considerate. They've been really good about letting me have time off to indulge my thespian tendencies, but at the same time, you know, it's a serious job. It's a sought-after job, and so I've had to play it fairly carefully.
That's brilliant. I was really excited when I found out we were in the gala finals, but I suppose the next day reality hit home, and it is in a much bigger space. You know, all of a sudden I'm thinking about, we've got to project our voices more. I want to get into the space and see it and feel it, and you know, get just a vibe for what it's going to be like. And just nerves kicked in a bit, because obviously this is the best 12 plays out of 180, so there's a lot of pressure.
James can't make morning rehearsal, so we've done a lot of work on it ourselves. We're looking forward to showing James that tomorrow.
It's 2 days out, and James makes it to a rehearsal. It's their first chance to go through their feedback.
We've talked a little bit about the notes. I think we should just run through it and action.
3 years.
We've taken on board the stuff that the judges have said. Some of it we've dismissed because it's not helpful. Some of it we've taken on board because it's been really useful, and it feels a lot more real. I think we've got the makings of a really good performance.
Well done, guys.
It would be really great if we won, and certainly, you know, when there's a competition, you really aim for that goal. But I think this is live theatre, and you don't know what's going to happen on the night.
Whilst an audience of 700 fill the auditorium, Deb and Yannick prepare for their big moment.
I saw a lot of the competition. They're very good. I feel all right.
Tipping Point, a play about love, life and relationships.
3 years. Happy. Dreaming of the past, just effortlessly merging into the future. Now it just feels like a void.
God, this feels worse than... What would she say? I miss her sense of humour, and I'm the one wiping it from my life.
Can you have a void behind you? It never works like that in dreams. It's always in front of you, a chasm, a heart-thumping drop. Self-knowledge through pain. What a joke. Okay. Positive thinking. I am a good person. There is nothing wrong with me. I am an attractive woman and an engaging dinner companion. I'm slim and sexy and talk about interesting things. I'm kind to animals and his mates. I do not show them up in public. I am a great lover with advanced bedroom skills and a firm arse. And I have learned that it pays to be generous with praise.
Sense of humour, and of course she scrubs up well. And...
Perhaps I shouldn't have done everything he asked. Even he looks surprised. He's seen me from angles I haven't even seen myself. Nice, though, and cheaper than yoga.
I must be mad. Fish in the sea. Just got to stop feeling like I've gutted myself first. Do not phone. Under no circumstances should you phone. You were on the bench, you little shit. Take a pause and then launch yourself back into the game. if you can possibly forget the best woman you've ever met?
I asked him once when we were on the telephone. He was travelling, and I imagined rain falling outside his hotel room balcony. So I asked him, what's the most amazing technology ever invented? What's had the biggest impact on lovers? He said contraception. 3 years. That's dozens of my perfectly healthy sodding eggs gone. How many have I got left? Oh, I wish I didn't know I'd been born with my full allowance. I don't think I can face those mothers at work. Consoling, but gloating with menstrual schadenfreude. And meanwhile, he's constantly producing more sperm than the population of the bloody planet, ready to blast into some slinky supermodel.
And when you do come off the bench, my friend, hopefully you can find someone to match her. 3 years of effortless fidelity. I want someone like her.
3 years. I wonder if he was faithful. He just had to look at me and I melted. Which, given that he's basically as lazy as a man, means that he probably was. Well, that and no obvious changes in grooming patterns.
I wonder what she's doing right now.
If I went round there right now, he'd want me.
Shit. I think I've lost her.
But then, he was the one that said it. Go on. Beat yourself up again. Replay it. Torture yourself. Why not? Here we go.
I love you so much, but I can't marry you because you want a baby and I don't. You want a baby. I don't. You want a baby. I don't. You want a baby.
Stop
I don't.
Jesus! Now that really hurt. You are not doing that again without a bottle of red wine, sister.
Not all relationships that end have failed.
That's enough. A man with an opinion, God save us. No philosophy that won't fit on a bumper sticker. But bless him, with his attempts at trying to understand what I was feeling. It was like watching a dog trying to use the internet. He'd even tilt his head slightly and think. But it just made him look autistic.
Do not, under any circumstances, phone her.
Sod it. I'm going to vibrate him.
Hello.
It's me.
Oh, thank God.
I need to tell you about my amygdala.
Come again?
Exactly. It's part of the limbic system located in the medial temporal lobe. It's possible that you've got one too. I've been crying rather a lot, which stimulates my amygdala, and now I really, really need sex. And I'd like you to be here to share it with me. Will you please come over and attend to me very nicely, like you always used to?
I love you.
That won't be necessary. I just can't go through this whole get out there again with my girlfriends thing. I'll only oversell myself, which isn't me. And then I'll remember that I have to love myself first. You know, all that if you build it, they will come crap. Honestly, they should have shot Kevin Costner for that. Then I'll meet somebody who's potentially a half-decent shag, you know, with a bit of training. And I'll have to totally try and forget about you the first time he tries to take my knickers off. And then he might be no good, or he might be a stalker, or have some horrid disease that drips. I'm not on speakerphone in your office, am I?
No, I'm at home.
That's a relief. Thought I might have to spell amygdala for your secretary. You think awfully quietly.
Marry me. I can't even look at other women.
Well, that's not very safe. You'll bump into things.
How come you get all the funny lines?
Haven't you heard of clown logic? When you hurt, you make ha-ha. When I'm knocked up, then I will be content and the jokes will stop. But don't worry, I can make you unhappy and then you'll be funny instead.
So, what do you say?
Hang on, I'll just go get a coin.
Oh, come on, lover girl, please.
Ooh.
Say yes.
I love the sound of pleading. But first, try this test. It's a little thought experiment I was rehearsing for one of your successors.
Hit me.
Okay. We're driving in a Saab estate, nice and safe. Your two-seater metal penis has been traded in. It's history. How are you feeling so far?
Okay.
There's a chocolate lab on the back seat.
I like dogs.
Good. Now, what's next to the dog?
A baby seat. With a baby in it.
Right. You're good at this. Still fancy a shag?
Is there more?
Oh, yeah. Guess where we're driving?
I don't know.
And you wonder why I get all the funny lines. We're driving to the beach house on which we have totally overextended ourselves and I keep hiding all the letters from the bank. What do you think? Oh, and the baby's just been sick on the leather jacket that you got in Milan. But don't worry, the dog's eating the sick up. Think you can still get it up with all this pressure?
I think I'll manage.
If it's a girl, you can bring her up all cool and arty, and she'll be beautiful and confident and self-assured, and have boys panting after her. She'll become a famous mathematician, the first one ever with an impossibly cute, tiny arse. She'll also be in a radical, groundbreaking, slightly grungy, yet financially super-stratic rock group. She'll play lead guitar and get interviewed on TV and say it's all because of her dad, who is the coolest dude in the universe. And everyone that you know will think that you're the cat's pajamas.
And what if it's a boy?
You can teach him to pee standing up.
Yeah, I can do that.
Curtains might be a bit chintzy.
Oh, hang on. How chintzy?
Hey, I do the jokes, buddy. You keep groveling. This is serious. Have you considered how you'll feel? I mean, remember that time we flew to Europe and just totally on a whim we changed everything? Flights, dates, places? Well, you can't do that with this. This is one of those, don't even think about changing your itinerary tickets. There'll be a really, really big penalty. We're talking about all your frequent flyer points being taken away and given to my mother so that she can stalk you for the rest of your life.
Thanks for talking me down.
One last question. What's the best technology ever invented?
That'd be the telephone. I'm on my way.
Just fucking so good. The pace was nice and it felt like the moments were really...
Oh yeah, that was...
It's now judgment time for James, Deb and Yannick.
There's lines in there.
I don't think there's anything that they can chuck at us that we either don't already know or that we're not going to be prepared for.
Yeah.
The troupe from Tipping Point. G'day guys.
Hi guys.
Hi.
How's it going? Everyone's getting along? We're all still talking?
Yes, annoyingly well, actually.
Annoyingly well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there romance on the cards?
Oh yeah.
Between these two,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
That is a good point to go to our panel to get some comments. Georgie.
I really enjoyed the piece and the audience really enjoyed it too.